My name is Mike Hare, and on behalf of the Pacini Polling Group, it's my great privilege to welcome you to this, the dedication, the ribbon cutting for the residences at Harlan Flats. And tonight is a very significant occasion for a lot of reasons, because it reminds us all of the vibrancy of this riverfront, the vitality of this great city, and what can be done when people work together. This is phase 2 of Justin Landing, long awaited. But the sign tonight is that we have survived the downtime as a company, as a community, and it's further progress in this great and vibrant community. So I welcome you here, those thinking about living here, those of you who are long-standing champions of our city and of this project. At this time, it's my great privilege to introduce my boss, and before he comes up, I do want to mention, well, it's close to payday, so it's always my great privilege to introduce him. But Rob's struggling with a little bit of a cold, so he's lost some of his voice, so it's a thrill to work with him today, but it may be a little bit of a struggle at the podium. But please welcome the co-president of the Pacini Polling Group, Rob Pacini.
Thank you very much. One of the things that's very significant, and I know, Mayor, you would appreciate that, is people pay a large premium to live here in this part of the city of Wilmington, in Market Street, in all the areas that we build in. We get the best residents and we command the highest pricing. And what's phenomenal about what our management team has created, led by Melinda Bosco, is that we are the premium choice for quality living in the state of Delaware. So we have the best residents, we get the best pricing, and we have the best properties. And what is really remarkable from our standpoint here at BPG is when we started down on the riverfront 7 years ago, there was nothing here. And talk about the unbelievable amount of progress that's occurred here on the riverfront, up and down Mark Street, and so many of the neighborhoods. What's great about these projects here is across I-95 on the other side of the viaduct, on the other side of the train station, we've created a whole new community in Browntown. If you drive over there, what's happened here has resonated in the neighborhoods. We have 37 or 38 townhomes that the Wilmington Housing Partnership is building right now. And all of those homes, if they're not complete, they're under construction, they have deposits on. And if they're complete, they've been sold. So there's been a huge demand for housing in this part of the city. So it's really exciting. I wanted to thank our construction group who worked tirelessly for 16 months or so constructing the building. Matt Corris was our faithful leader. Sue Morgan, who I've been working with for 10 years. Monica Rizzo, Pete Frosthead, Brent Biddle, Lowry Moser, Don Owens, Amy Speed, and Claire Kotka. It really takes a village to build something like this, and the personal sacrifices on everyone on the construction team. It was really remarkable. At the end, they worked through Thanksgiving, worked through weekends for the last several months. It really is a 24/7 job, and that really is not, it goes with lots of recognition in our office. We realize how hard they work and what quality of a property they do, so we're very appreciative of that. I think I'm going to maybe stop right now. I wanted to thank the City of Wilmington when we were turning over the property at the end to get the first residents in. We already have 20 or so people living here. It was a 24/7 operation, and it was wonderful to have license inspection, the fire marshal here at any time of day or night or on weekends. So they really helped us move more tax-paying citizens into the city of Wilmington. So last thing, I want to thank our designers from Niles Bolton and from McIntosh Engineering. They did a wonderful job when you tour the property. They did a terrific job. And then we didn't mention the city's economic development office, but Jeff Flynn's here, and he's been working with us, I think, for 8 years now, Mike, on the project here, and it's a daily touch-in with him, and really appreciate all the support that you've given us in all the phases. Obviously, the infrastructure, the roads, the sidewalks, the stuff that you don't necessarily appreciate every day, all that happened because of the investment by the city and the state. And so this building doesn't get here unless there's roads here, unless there's people like Jeff that are able to negotiate the agreements to allow this to be built. So thank you, Mayor, for your staff. I really appreciate it. And Hanifa Shabazz, I see Hanifa so much that I can't go without saying that. I mean, Hanifa is a dear friend, and she is very helpful any time of the day, the weekend. She also is available 24/7. And the thing about Hanifa that's so wonderful, she's inspirational. She always encourages you to do things. She has a great outlook. She's well-traveled. She says, well, you know, they do it in D.C., or I was in Charlotte, they do it in Charlotte. And so she's been a real big advocate for us, and obviously we appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Hanifa's been to Charlotte, Chicago. I was on city council. I got to 41st and Market. That was as far as I got. So God bless you, Hanifa. You have to get past one term to get out of town, I guess, but that's another story. And I don't want to contradict the boss, but Rob talked about how hard Matt Corris worked. He's the only person in the room with a tan. So I don't know how that's possible. But I remember about 15 years ago, Mayor, we were sitting in the riverfront market talking about what the riverfront could be and all the aspirations we had for it. And we talked about it's going to happen, and you were convinced it's going to happen, and you spent a big part of your career sending the money here to make sure that it did happen. And it's happening. And we're pleased that you're with us tonight to celebrate this great success. Please welcome the mayor of the great city of Wilmington, Mayor Dennis Williams.
First of all, I want to thank all of you for being here this evening and braving the cold weather. And I want to thank you again. This is a great day for Wilmington. I want to recognize my wife, the First Lady, Shane Williams. I want to recognize Jeff Flynn, my Economic Development Director, Barbara Bullard. Just takes these great pictures. And I also want the Councilwoman Shabazz to come up here with me. Come on. I feel that, you know, team spirit is a great thing in government when you can work together to get things done. You put your ideologies aside and support one another for the betterment of a great city. We know we've been under siege and we've had a few incidents, but let me tell you something. This is a great city, a great city. Last week I was in Washington, D.C. with numerous mayors, and I can tell you right now, our problems are minuscule compared to some of theirs. I was complaining about some of the issues we had in the city of Wilmington. Some of the mayors said, Dennis, why don't you just go to another room? Because we will trade places with you anytime. And when I looked at some of the things they were dealing with, I decided to shut my mouth for the rest of the night. And I want to thank everyone for being here. And the Pacini brothers and family, thank you for taking the risk and being able to invest and not being afraid, because in this business, in government and business, risk takers are the ones that get things done. Councilwoman, say a few words.
Thank you. Good evening, and Mayor, you're absolutely correct. Last weekend, we had over 25 elected officials from across the country here in Wilmington, and they were guests at the Westin. And when they came down to see what was going on here in Wilmington, they always said, we always drive by, but we know now that next time we come down 95 or come by the train station, they're going to get off, because I was able to let them see just the great things that we have going on here, and not just down at the riverfront or down in downtown, but I took them throughout the neighborhoods and they could see Wilmington is a great city. And yes, I do participate on a national level, and I do share, Mayor, with other city council members about things that we're doing here. We are far above the bar, ladies and gentlemen. So we have some issues, but everyone has issues, but they're not as great as the successes that we have, just as an example of the opening of this new, beautiful building. I remember when I first saw the renderings of what Chris Justice and Landy was going to look like and see the people walking. I had no idea that it has come to fruition. Is exactly, I mean, I couldn't come across the street. There were people going up and down the streets. And this is what the revitalization of Wilmington is all about. And so I'm just really proud that it's in my district. I'm going to ribbon cuttings on a frequent basis here, but I'm just very proud to say I'm born and raised here in Wilmington, Delaware, and I'm proud to say that I am a representative here, and that the great things we're doing is all because all of us put our arms, our minds, and our creativity and our money together to make this happen. And we're going to get by this. This too shall pass. We will grab our children, we will get them straight, and we will continue to prosper. Thank you.
And I just want everyone to know, and some of you probably weren't even born then, I used to walk the beat here as a patrol officer many years ago. And I know what it looked like then. And I can tell you, I am so elated and happy for what we've done here. All of us together, coming together, making the dream come true. And I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all of you. And Wilmington wants to thank all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor and Councilmember Shabazz. Hanifa, I just want to mention that Hanifa's about far more than the bricks and mortar. And she's committed in every project throughout her district, including the riverfront, that what opportunity does that project present for the community? What opportunities it present for people who need the opportunity, that hand up? And she's committed to that. And we're pleased as a company to be a partner in that progress and providing opportunities. So thank you for all you do for the community.